Morning and welcome to our math lesson. I hope you will enjoy and at the same time learn. I hope you will have that time to find something that is useful not only to our into your lesson but into our day-to-day living that is much applicable. Okay, this is our class on Mathematics 10 and your teacher of course, Ma'am Shing. Let's start the class with a prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear God, may we through your blessings add purity to the world, subtract evil from our lives, multiply the good news of your Son, and divide your gifts and share them with others. Amen. So we'll start our lesson with an activity. I hope you will enjoy this activity because I know that most of you are familiar with this and playing with this before the pandemic, but it's still applicable and still enjoyable at this very time. Four picks in one word game. So four picks in one word. Are you familiar with this? I hope. And I know. Choices for each picture will be measures, position, divide, 10, equal, and parts. Okay, so let's start with the first picture. What is the first picture all about? Yeah, there are four pictures and it is all about measures. You're right. How about the second picture? Yes, you can see there are four pictures. Yes, try to guess. Yes, the answer is position. Sure. That is not third quarter, that is third picture. Yes, there are four pictures there. Okay, that is 10. Good job. And we come to the fourth picture. What is the fourth picture? There are four pictures. There is one half there. There are three blue colors and three yellow. And what do you think is that? Yes, that is equal. And for the fifth picture, yes, you can see there are four pictures. Yes, and that is all about parts. How about this? There is the division of the land, the division of the globe. What do you think is that? Yes, this is the sixth picture. Glad you're right. It is divide. How about that? First picture is a fire. Bae City had recently experienced fire where two of the houses of Bae City National High School students were greatly affected, and somehow we have helped in our own little ways. And what is the cause of that of this picture na the house are because that is because of the recent typhoon Odette that wrecked the houses of the Filipinos, especially in Bae City. And because of that, there is also a flood around the city where it is difficult to move from one place to another. And of course, the COVID-19. All of this could be mitigated and could be prevented if we followed procedure, if we followed our handbook, if we listen, if we care to our mother nature. This thing, this thing may happen, but the result of it may not be that difficult because we can mitigate. This is because we Filipinos are very resilient. We Baisanons are resilient. We Bai City National High School students are resilient. We city hires can make it. Whatever calamities, we can surely surpass because we have faith in God and we can mitigate. So our topic is on solving problem involving measures of position. This is on deciles. Then this is the topic. Okay, so This is the first test. I'll be giving you the scores and the frequency. So from 46 to 50, there are 4 students who got that score. 41 to 45, there are 8 students. Then 36 to 40, 11 students. 31 to 35, 9 students. Then 26 to 30, 12 students. And 21 to 25, there are also 6 students. So this is a board work activity. So get ready with your chalk there. So we can solve this. So you are going to construct a table of frequency, then solve for the lower boundary, and solve for the less cumulative frequency. How to do it? Listen. Okay, so these are the guide questions. It is good to read ahead the questions so that as we go along with the discussion and then with the lessons, it will be easy for you to answer. First is, how did you find the activity? The board work. How did you find the lower boundaries? And how did you find the less than cumulative frequency? Then, what have you learned about the deciles of group data? How can you find the deciles of a given value? Okay, so let's proceed with the discussion on the deciles for group data. Okay, deciles are those values that divide the total frequency into 10 equal parts. So, in computing the deciles of group data, the following formula is used. So we have D sub k is equal to LB plus K sub n over 10 minus the cumulative frequency before the boundary over the frequency after times the interval, which is I, where LB is the lower boundary of the D sub k class, N is the total frequency, and CF sub B is the cumulative frequency before D sub k class. And then we have F sub dk, frequency of the D sub k class. I is the size of the class interval. K is the nth decile, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Group the class into 4 and do the specified skills according to their group tag name to cheer the group before presenting the group work. So, since you will be given that task, since you have already the 4 groups according to your respective skills, because some of you are good in dancing, I'm sure your teacher previously have already pre-grouped you according to your corresponding talents. So you have your skills already. So it will be grouped accordingly, and the presentation will be in a creative presentation. So the group 1 is far. I'll term the group 1 as far for singing. And group 2 is the tsunami. So you will have tsunami walk. And group 3 is the earthquake. You have to present in a rap. Then group 4 is storm. So you have to act it out. What you're doing, what will you do best? In this group is you can act it out with your group name, storm. So rubrics for problems involving measures of position for group data. Okay, we have the category, mathematical errors, the explanation, the neatness and organization, the diagrams and sketches, and of course, the teamwork. You could see there is 4, 3, 2, 1 accordingly. You will be given this one, and I hope it will be easy. So for the application, I want you to calculate the 7th decile of the mathematics test scores of 50 students. So it is already grouped, so it will be easy for you to identify. So we have the scores, 46 to 50, the frequency is 4. 41 to 45, the frequency is 8. 36 to 40, the frequency is 11. 31 to 35, the frequency is 9. 26 to 30, the frequency is 12. And 21 to 25, the frequency is 6. Then solution. Okay, here. This is how to answer. So you have 46 to 50. The frequency is 4. Simply copy what is given in the class interval and the frequency. Then we will find the lower boundaries. The lower boundaries, it's easy because you are going to get subtract your lower boundary. This is the first number here. This is the frequency in the class interval scores. The first value here is you will get the lower boundary, and the second value is you will get the higher boundary. Okay, so in the lower boundaries, just subtract 0.5 out of the score. So if it's 46, so the lower boundary for 46 is 45.5. While the lower boundary for 41 is 40.5. For 36, it's 35.5. For 31, it's 30.5. And for 26, it's 25.5. And for 21, it's 20.5. So we all have then the less than cumulative frequency. You will get that through the total score. So we are going to add this up. 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 11, that's 23. Then 23, then plus 9 plus 12 plus 6, that is 50. That will total to 50. So 50, you are going to write it there. And then 50, subtract by 4, you got 46. You subtract from the frequency here. And then 46, subtract by 8, you got 38. 38 subtract by 11, you got 27. 27 minus 12, minus 9 equals 18. 18 minus 12 is equal to 6. So 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. So this is now our less than cumulative frequency. So since the problem is we are going to get that D sub 28 to 39, 28 to 38 score in between, so that we could find the D sub 7 class. Going back to the question, this means that we need to find the class interval where the 35th score is contained. So the 35th score is in between 28 to 38 score, which is located at 38, because after 27 is 28. So that number falls to 38 and a row, in the row of 28. Note that the 28 to 38 scores belong to the class interval of 36 to 40. So the 35th score is also within the class interval. So this is the formula. Let us solve together. D sub 7 is equal to the lower boundary, which is equal to 35.5 plus 7n. 7 because we're getting this D sub 7 class over 10 minus cumulative frequency before the boundary, which is 27 before the boundary. So the boundary is 38. Before that boundary, that is 27. Over F sub D sub 7. This is now after. So we are going to take the frequency of numbers between 28 to 38, which is 11. And the interval, which is 5. So 35 plus 0.5 plus 35 minus 27 over 11 times 5, that is equal to 39.14, which is D sub 7. So the D sub 7 class is the class interval of 36 to 40. Therefore, the 7th decile is equivalent to the 70th percentile. Therefore, 70% of the students get a score of equal to 39.14. Did you understand? I hope, and I guess, because I can see you solving, and I know in your brows and in your eyes that you understood the lesson. Okay, so then since that thing is done, and I know you're ready for a pencil and paper test. So for the test, calculate the third decile, or D3, D sub 3 of the mathematics test scores of 45 students. So these are the scores of the 45 students. 41 to 45 scores, from 41 to 45, they got frequency of 11. 36 to 46, 31 to 35, 9, 26 to 37, 21 to 25, 8, and 16 to 20, which is 4. Now, are you ready to solve? Good job. Okay, so these are the scoring and the rubrics of the test. 5 points for every correct answer. 1 point if you try to answer all, but the answer is wrong. And 0 for not trying at all. Good luck, and I know you can do it. So if you have some questions, and clarifications, you may comment below. And let me end our discussion with this. Successful problem solving requires finding the right solution to the right problem. We fail more often because we solve the wrong problem than because we get the wrong solution to the right problem. That is by Russell. Good day and have a blessed day ahead of you. Thank you. Thank you and God bless everyone.